Hey everybody, Charles here, back with another review, and this time we're going to be focusing on Dungeons and Dragons. Of course, this is the, you can't tell right there, the 4E book. So there's the player's handbook, right there. We have player's handbook 2, because one time is never enough. We have Manual of the Planes, because you need to know where the hell you're going. You have Open Grave, Secrets of the Undead, which I incorrectly put in my last video. Those of you who have seen that probably caught that. You have the Dungeon Delve, which I played last night. Put that right there. You have the DMG, the Dungeon Master's Guide. The Book of God in the D&D world. You have the Monster's Manual. Hit the tripod. Right there. With Orcus on the cover, I believe. Let's see. You have the Monster's Manual 2 with Demagogue, I think is his name, on the cover. I put these two over here because that's where they belong. Got Martial Power, which is an expansion for all the physical, I guess, characters. Let's see. Fighters, Rangers, and Warlords. Okay. We have Arcane Power, which is for, let's see, Bards, Sorcerers, Sword Mages, Warlocks, and Wizards. You got the Adventurous Vault, which is filled with equipment for everybody. And you have the Dragon Omnicon, which focuses on chromatic dragons. And lastly, I got this thing yesterday, which is Worlds and Monsters behind the scenes of making 4E. I'm just going to put that there. Right. Now, as I said previously, I got to play 4E last night really late. It was my first run through in the system, although I've been reading all these books a lot, so I have a pretty good idea of what's going on. Essentially, D&D now in this edition has become a lot like a tactics game, or like Diablo, I guess. I don't play a lot of WoW, so I don't really know if that comparison holds up, but characters all have a selection of powers and abilities they can do, sometimes all the time, whenever they want, which are at wills. Sometimes they can do them once per fight, which are once per encounters, and some they can do once per day, which is, one time before you sleep for a while. And it's very much kind of like a video game now. You can mark people, which means they have to attack you, and you have to attack them. You can do big room clear outs and all that. Now, my thoughts on the system as follows is it's a very DM friendly system, especially compared to 3.5, which was just broken, like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 broken. You can mix and match things very easily when creating encounters. You can scale them up, you can scale them down. You have a lot of freedom within the rules system. Combat, fairly tactical heavy. You kind of want to know what you're doing to get the most out of your characters, like for flanking purposes, for hitting the 4 defenses you have now: AC, Reflex, Fort, and Wiz, I think. Wisdom. So those are all good. The options you have are really kind of interesting. I like the fact that they've given some new races, like Dragonborn, Tieflings. Okay. The ability to heal everybody, and everybody can heal themselves with healing surges. That's good. The Thaco being gone for 2.5 editions, great news. Don't want to see that come back. Things I'm not really excited about were, I guess, the role-playing elements of it. Okay, Mass Deicide, for example. I mean, they literally took a whole bunch of the gods and reduced them to Exiarchs status, which are little godlings compared to like 20 main gods in the universe, which, okay, I guess it's fine. The overall theme I gathered from Hind 4E was, let's make this as simple as possible and cut back on all this crap. You know, so we have, I guess, new characters like the Raven Queen as the goddess of death now, and Vecna occupying a stronger position, and Bahamut, Tiamat being more general. Bane's back, I guess, for some reason. I don't know. My only real problem with this and the gods part is that while you can pick a god as a cleric or paladin or any other divine character, it doesn't seem really to affect you in play. I don't think there's a whole lot of spears. The sphere and spell system seems to be completely open to everybody, I guess, which is something that also bothers me with the wizard, in that he can do, you know, list of abilities, and he hasn't worried about transcribing rituals or spells or anything. But that's fine, I guess, if you want to make it simpler. Other things that kind of bother me was the race selection. Yeah, we have Tieflings, of course, and the Eladrin, which formerly were high elves, but now they're really extra special elves. But unfortunately, the gnomes went away and back into the monster manual. I don't know why. Guess that's just their decision. Now, I like the fact that they played with the dragons enough that you can fight a metallic dragon and treat a chromatic dragon as being, you know, on your side, quote. But some of the other things just seem like, you know, it's a new version of the game, of course. But I think a lot of the, I guess, the funny, awkward things you could do in D&D, like try to charm the barmaid for information, I think those days are gone, and that kind of depresses me slightly, because that was always one of the fun things you could do. Was once you got a sufficient level, you can mess with people. Of course, you'd be repercussions, but not that. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention, which was the world design. Great Wheel went away. Now we got this Astral Sea, Elemental Chaos. Yeah, the Abysses in Chaos. The Devils got promoted. Asmodeus got promoted to deity level. You know, I'm kind of upset because the Shadowfell, which replaces, I think, the negative plane and is like the dark version of the world, I guess, the Dark World, if you played Metroid Prime. And again, my favorite campaign setting is Ravenloft, and it looks like they put Ravenloft in Shadowfell. I don't know about that. I just liked Ravenloft being the isolated, paranoid area where you won by not being killed or seduced to darkness, not won by killing the monster, which is what this new version of D&D is all about, seems to be. Still, I am looking forward to playing more of it, and I enjoyed what I played last night. I will hopefully be able to post a bit more often about it. But in the meantime, since I'm nearly at the 10-minute mark now, I'm going to go ahead and stop this video, and I will talk to all of you later. Bye.